Protests erupts in Lagos, Edo as Nigeria Labour Congress prepares for nationwide march despite government's pushback. Police nabs notorious armed robber, recovers stolen items in FCT. Soaring gas prices pushing households into using charcoal as alternative. And away from Nigeria, Palestinian government resigns amidst peace talks. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. Now, early Monday morning, the residents of Benin City, the capital of Edo State, heeded the call of Edo civil society organizations to participate in a mass protest against the prevailing economic challenges in the country. Gathering at Ring Road, the heart of the city, Nigerians from all walks of life united in solidarity to voice their grievances. The protest, organized by Edoxo, drew crowds who marched through major thoroughfares such as Akpakpava and New Benin, eventually converging to Uselu Shell. Amid chants and placards highlighting their demands, demonstrators occupied the area, amplifying their message to discontent with the current state of affairs in the country. As the demonstration continues to unfold, the resilience and determination of the people of Benin City serve as a poignant reminder of their unwavering commitment to also effecting the positive change in the nation.
Not be for sale, not be for sale. It's Nigeria, our own. This country, not be for sale, not be for sale.
In the same vein, a human rights group identified as the Take It Back movement on Monday hit the streets of Lagos State to protest against the soaring price of food and the high cost of living in the country. Now, this protest was held against the warning issued by the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Adegoke Fayoade, on Sunday. The protesters were seen carrying placards and various inscriptions at Ojuelegba under the bridge area of the state to make their grievances known on the current economic hardship across the country. Speaking to newsmen, the TIB National Coordinator, Juwon Sonia Olu, said that the protest was in demonstration of the people's will against oppressive tendencies and hardship. Now, joining us live via phone from Lagos, we have Eugene Aga, Daily Trust reporter, to give us an update on this situation. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us, Eugene.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Please, can you give us the context of the scale of this protest and what really happened?
Yes. Some members of the Take It Back group actually converged at Ojuelegba around 8:30 a.m. approximately. And by 9:30, the crowd swelled to over several thousand young Nigerians carrying placards. They converged there. The leader of the head of the Take It Back group actually addressed the crowd from where they marched onto the Ikorodu Road to Maryland. But before they left, the young Nigerians actually, were demanding for so many things, top among which is the government should address the current hardship that is facing Nigerians. Then the security challenges in most parts of the country. They also vowed to also join the NLC tomorrow's planned protest. This is despite the warning from the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, who yesterday said that they will actually prevent protest converging in any part of the Lagos, with the view of ensuring that hoodlums will not also advantage.
right.
police actually arrived the scene around 10:30 or thereabout, led by the Commissioner of Police, Adegoke, who on arrival, along with his entourage, principal staff officers at the command headquarters, addressed the crowd on the need for them to also ensure that the procession is not hijacked by hoodlums. We also promised to also deploy a team of policemen from the command and the area C command to also ensure that they follow the youths from Ojelegba to Maryland and back, so that hoodlums will also not hijack it.
All right, that is a great move from the security agent. Eugene, are you with us?
In Lagos, hello?
Yes, I want to ask in context of, tomorrow's nationwide march by the NLC as well. And you already made mention of that. So let's link it up. How is the mood? How would you say you're reading the mood in Lagos State at the moment? Considering already the police are giving a stern warning and the NLC are standing by it, and now we're seeing other, groups coming out for this protest. Would you say the reading, of Lagos at the moment, it's looking a bit peaceful for tomorrow's nationwide march?
Yes, actually, most part of Lagos is calm and quiet. But there is also palpable tension in some areas, like from Ojelegba, where the procession was held, Oshodi, Munshi, some pockets of tensions here and there. The expectation of Lagosians is that by tomorrow they want to see what NLC will come out to do. Since they have also, this will not be the first time they said they want to also organize protests against government decision. It has also generated heavy tension around the port city of Apapa, where clearing agents are also being gripped with fear that if they are unable to clear their cargoes today, the likelihood that their cargoes will be trapped during the 2 days warning strike is also there. So there is this mad rush by the business community in Lagos to also ensure that they get supplies of whatever thing they want to keep them home, away from the street, while the 2 days protest lasts.
At the end of the day, peace is all we want. Thank you so much, Eugene Aga, Daily Trust reporter, for joining us and giving us updates on the situation. All right, away from that, amidst the mounting tension, the presidency and police have issued stern warnings against the Nigerian Labour Congress as it prepares for a 2-day nationwide protest against the soaring cost of living. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, reiterated the government's stance against the protest, branding it a breach of the law and an illegal undertaking. Similarly, the police cautioned against disrupting commercial activities during the protest, urging demonstrators to remain law-abiding. The warnings come as 65 civil society groups withdrew their support for the planned demonstration, citing concerns over potential hijacking and exacerbation of the nation's challenges. Despite entries from various quarters, including appeals from government agencies and groups, NLC President Joe Ajaero remains resolute in his decision to proceed with the protest scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday. In response to the escalating economic challenges facing Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken action by convening an economic advisory committee comprising representatives from the federal government, subnational entities, and the private sector. Following decisions with key stakeholders at the State House Abuja on Sunday evening, these proactive initiatives aims to address pressing issues such as the depreciating value of the naira, surging inflation rates, and other economic headwinds exhibiting the cost of living crisis. Prominent figures from the private sector, including Tonu Elumelu, chairman of the United Bank of Africa, and Aliko Dangote, chairman of the Dangote Group, have been appointed to the committee. In his remark representing the federal government, President Tinubu emphasized the committee's mandate to intensify efforts aimed at stabilizing the economy and securing the best economic future for Nigerians. Moving on to security matters. In a swift operation on February 25, 2024, operatives of the FCT Police Command stationed at Otako Divisional Headquarters made a significant breakthrough by apprehending one Atta Godwin, a 33-year-old native of Kogi State, in connection with a robbery incident. The arrest followed a robbery attack on a 27-year-old resident of Kuchigoro, Abuja, as he attempted to board a vehicle at Bega Mosque, Otako. During the altercation, the suspect reportedly assaulted the victim, inflicting stab wounds to his chest and shoulder with a knife, before absconding with his mobile phones and personal belongings. Responding promptly to the distress call, police operatives, aided by vigilant locals, swiftly pursued the suspect, leading to his apprehension. In a commendable display of efficiency, the stolen items were recovered and the victim promptly received medical attention at a nearby hospital. The successful operation underscores the unwavering commitment of the FCT Police Command to ensuring the safety and security of residents within the territory. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has condemned the killing of the President General of Umoji community in the Idemili North local government area of Anambra State, Silas Onyema. The governor stated this in a statement issued by his press secretary, Christian Aburime, on Monday. Soludo said he received with deep concern and immense sadness the news of the brutal assassination of Onyema, which occurred on Friday night. He said he has therefore directed the state security agencies to take immediate and decisive action to apprehend culprits and ensure swift prosecution of those responsible to deter future reoccurrences. Some yet to be identified gunmen suspected to be assassins had invaded a residence of the deceased on Friday and killed him. It was gathered that the hoodlums shot him right in the bathroom while he was taking his bath after inflicting several machete cuts on him. As the price of cooking gas continues to rise, households in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, are now switching to charcoal pots as an alternative for cooking. Now, this has led to a higher demand for charcoal, with environmental activists expressing concerns over the likely impact on the environment. Hamid Oyegbade tells us more.
In the last few months, the price of cooking gas has soared across Nigerian cities, with some selling a kilogram for as high as 1,500 naira. Most Nigerians who can no longer afford the high cost of cooking gas have resorted to cooking with charcoal pots. Some residents of Osogbo in Osun State lamented that although the charcoal pots expose them to health hazards, they have no option but to continue using them because they are the cheaper option. For now,
the money then was 300, started going up to 400, 500, 700, but by now it's 1,000 plus if you cannot afford it today. So I've begging my wife to manage the pot with charcoal so that we cook for by now because we can't afford the gas.
Okay, due to Nigeria economy now, things are very hard for women because most of us are using gas before, but now we have resorted to pots. So even some people are now using firewood, which is very bad for our health because of the smoke.
We are now buying per kg 1,200 naira, and then the next thing for us is to be using charcoal or firewood to make the cooking for our children and our husband at home. And then it has been as you see me, that's already affected my.
An environmental activist, Waheed Saka, said higher demand for charcoal will further compound the global warming crisis, as it will lead to deforestation, since the production of charcoal requires cutting down and burning trees.
People will always find alternatives to whatever increments that comes with the issue of livelihood. So for me, it is a call for concern for climate change experts and government that our people are going to the bush to cut tree and use it for charcoal. So it's not sustainable either way. Nigeria must find way to reduce the cost of gas.
Residents of Osun State are therefore appealing to the federal government to act swiftly to address the economic crisis and hardship in the country. Hamid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Oshogbo.
Tales of lamentations on the economic hardships in Nigeria have continued to pour in from citizens across the country. In Makurdi, the Benue state capital, the cost of water, which is an essential commodity of life, is trending with a bag and sachet respectively going beyond the reach of the masses. Jimmy Sunday reports.
Many of the residents say they did not imagine the Benue state, blessed with the river Benue, will purchase water outrageously at 15 naira per sachet at any time. Just a few days ago, 3 sachets of water were sold for 15 naira by vendors.
Buying a sachet of water for 15 naira is not funny at all. People are not happy buying 1 sachet of water for 15 naira. I think in this case we are calling on the government to come and intervene, because I don't know where we are heading to. How can I buy a sachet of water for 15 naira? Even today I have that money, but releasing it for just pure water's sake, I felt like drinking mineral instead of buying that pure water.
Sachet of one pure water in the market here, we are buying it 15 naira by 1. So I don't know. Yesterday we bought it at the rate of 40 naira by 1 sachet. But today we are buying it 15 naira. I don't know why. Because we are opening up to God. God is intervening our problem. But we are thinking that God will help us. Like government, let us do something. Government should do something, because by the next coming months we don't know how we are going to run our life.
They say government should listen to the cry of Nigerians before things get out of hand.
15 naira 1. So no good now. Pure water kuma. Where would they say 15 naira 1 naira? Now pure water na 15 naira. How person go do? Go marijuana push truck 1,000 I buy today for well oh. I buy today 1,000 for truck and then 10 gallon. That is no good. Facebook got everything high because the fuel high, everything high. May they take the men they carry and down, may we not die for Nigeria. Now we got Nigeria. Nigeria will not run for Nigeria now. We'll go after Africa.
Today we are buying a bag of pure water for 500 naira. And we now the seller, we couldn't buy drink water for a living, and we're finding water. Please, you should try and reduce the cost of everything in the country. The fuel is high and we can't go anywhere. The price of things in the market is high. We can't buy anything. We can't feed our children in the house.
Today I buy pure water, 1 sachet of pure water, 15 naira. The bag is 500 naira. It's very bad. And the way things they go now, everything they cost. Before, when they carry 10,000 naira, you enter market, you will see what you buy. If you carry 10,000 or 20,000 enter market, you will not see what you buy. And I tell them, remember, say, second tenure deal. Because the whole country down now, they don't go see anybody who go vote for them for second tenure. That is my own.
They also said implementation of government policies must be hastened up to address the cost of commodities that have direct bearing on the lives of the masses. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up, Nigerian residents across various parts of Plateau State appeal to Nigeria and Niger to resolve differences and facilitate their country's return to the economic community of West African states. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Trust News Update. Here is a recap of our top stories. Protests erupt in Benin City as Nigeria Labour Congress prepares for nationwide march despite government's pushback. And police nabs notorious armed robber, recovers stolen items in FCT. Moving on. In a proactive move, Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State has taken significant steps towards the resettlement and support of internally displaced persons in Maiduguri, allocating 447 housing estates and distributing food palliative, among other essentials. Governor Zulum spearheaded efforts to assist displaced individuals in the Dalori community under Konduga local government. Over 2,500 households were the beneficiaries of this housing scheme, which includes vital amenities such as hospitals, schools, and water facilities. Additionally, the new returnees received essential provisions such as foodstuff, mats, blankets, and clothing materials. Governor Zulum reaffirmed his commitment to the welfare and empowerment of the community by pledging continued support through agricultural input and empowerment packs.
formal IDP camps in Maiduguri, Borno State government has successfully completed closure of all formal IDP camps in Maiduguri about a year ago. Now we have started closure of all informal camps within Maiduguri Metropolitan Council and its environs. And I want to instruct the local government chairman to immediately start the process of settling people of Sandia. I want to get a report from him on the situation report of Sandia and Delwa in partnership with the Ministry of People Act.
Nigerian residents across various parts of Plateau State are appealing to Nigeria and Niger to resolve their differences and facilitate their country's return to the economic community of West African states, the ECOWAS. Now recalling ECOWAS sanctions imposed on the three countries last year due to military coups, which spurred the nations to forge a unified stance. These Nigerian individuals in Jos expressed dismay over the ongoing rift between ECOWAS and their homeland. Ado Musa has more on their views. Take a look.
Nigerian residents emphasized that Niger's withdrawal from ECOWAS has adversely impacted many of them residing in Jos, the capital of Plateau State, as they share significant cultural and social ties with people, particularly from northern Nigeria. While the Nigerian authorities have not yet addressed the lifting of sanctions on border and commercial transactions within the country, residents expressed appreciation for the gesture. They appealed to both Nigerian and Nigerian authorities to seek common ground and mend the decade-long relationship strained by the recent military coup in their homeland. Definitely, we are not happy with exit of our country from ECOWAS, even though we are yet to see any change with the people we are transacting business with or living with. We are not intimidated or harassed by anyone. Our movement is moving smoothly. We are praying that our country and all other countries that exited ECOWAS should return so as to become stronger as body. There haven't been reports of any problem between us and Nigerians following the exit of our country from ECOWAS, even though we cannot completely rule out that there won't be any difficulty, especially with our movement at the borders. People around the borders are not finding it easy since after the military coup, but we believe that with lifting of the sanctions, things will be easy. It is very unfortunate for our country to exit ECOWAS because we have been together for many years and our relationship has been cordial. So, this is a welcome development. We hope that Nigeria and Niger will settle their differences in the nearest future. The recent lifting of sanctions of Niger, Mali and Burkina Faso, particularly those concerning borders and commerce, is expected to facilitate smoother transactions between residents of both countries and help facilitate further negotiations between the military leadership and ECOWAS. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
Away from Nigeria, Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shitaye announced the resignation of his government, which governs parts of the occupied West Bank. Addressing President Mohammed Abbas, Shitaye cited recent escalations in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank as catalysts for the government's decision to step down. He emphasized the need for a new governmental and political measures in light of the ongoing conflict in Gaza. Acknowledging the evolving reality in the region, Shitaye stressed the importance of inter-Palestinian consensus and the extension of the Palestinian Authority's rule over the entirety of Palestine. The timing of the government's resignation coincides with mounting pressure from the United States for Abbas to reform the Palestinian Authority and establish a political framework capable of governing an independent Palestinian state in the aftermath of the conflict. As tensions continue to rise, the resignation signals a pivotal moment in Palestinian governance, prompting speculation about the future direction of leadership and political dynamics in the region. And with that, we have come to the end of Trust News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube for news, programs, and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.